Have you ever once thought about what goes through a bully's mind when they do the stuff that they do? And I don't just mean your typical school bullies. There are different types of bullies everywhere. Online, on the street, at work, you name it. It's easy to notice a cyberbully or a bully in real life and think, how could anyone be so cruel? With any bully, any hater, anyone whose main objective is to tear someone down, they all do what they do for similar reasons. Once you understand what those reasons are, you become almost invincible. There is a South Park episode that handles this sensitive topic pretty well, I would say. It's pretty accurate to how real-life bullies behave, and interestingly, they also tackle the problems with many bullying campaigns as well. Here's how the story starts. Butters meets up with his friends at the school cafeteria with a noticeable black eye. His friends, obviously concerned for their friend, tell him to consider talking to a higher up about his situation. He doesn't want to do that, however, for multiple reasons. This episode revolves around that question. If someone is being bullied and they don't want to talk about it, do you accept their requests and leave them alone, or do you ignore them and forcefully take matters into your own hands? In this case, Stan stands up for Butters with good intentions at first, but as we'll see later on in this story, his intentions go south. Shockingly, it is revealed Butters' grandmother is the secret bully. She picks on him by intimidating him, punching him, calling him names, typical things psychos do. If that wasn't bad enough, she also waits for him in a bathroom at his school and warns him not to tell anyone what she has done to him.
You narc again and you're dead. Dead, you got it? Oop, coming.
It scares me how painfully accurate this is to real life. That's how bullies get their victim, by putting fear into their heart, even thinking about the idea of exposing them to someone who can stop them. This is why when someone doesn't want to talk about their bullying situation, it's not very easy to ignore their request. As this episode shows, however, there is a right and a wrong way to go about managing an anti-bullying campaign. Stan, as leader of the anti-bullying campaign at his school, definitely takes the wrong approach. One of the biggest mistakes he makes is by making Butters the center focus, putting way too much attention on him instead of just focusing on bullying as a general concept. Butters is self-aware of the fact that the campaign is only going to make things worse for him and kindly asks that he not participate.
Can I not do this, please? This is just going to make things worse for me.
You're the star of the video. He doesn't want to do it, dude. Come on, you just want to be bullied your whole life, Butters?
This is one of the main reasons why so many people in real life are afraid to speak up about their bullies. They don't want all the unnecessary attention, gossip, or drama that comes along with it. Kyle tells Stan he can see the focus starting to become less about bullying and more about money. His theory is proven correct later on in the episode as the campaign continues with posters, a theatrical movie in production, and a talk show starring everyone's favorite bullying victim, Butters. Ironically, the whole anti-bullying campaign starts to become the real bully.
What would you like to say to your bully out there?
Stop trying to make me say things I don't want to on your TV show.
To truly help someone is to do it solely for their happiness. When the attempt has the opposite effect, at some point it's best to stop trying and question your intentions. Stan doesn't do that, and as a result, he gets his karma at the end of the episode. The most satisfying part of the story is witnessing Butters finally stand up to his grandma, informing her of her unfortunate fate. That being, one day she is going to be alone on her deathbed, thinking about all her past sins, and he is going to be there just to show her that he's still alive and he's still happy. That everything she did to him, from verbal abuse to physical abuse, wasn't enough to break him. But it's more than just a ha-ha in-your-face moment. He also tries to sympathize with her, understanding the misery she tries so hard to hide deep down inside.
I did it, Grandma. I finally stood up for myself. I got real mean and I'd beat the snot out of Dr. Oz. I can't lie, it felt kind of good. At first. But since then, all I have is this kind of dark, empty feeling. And then I realized, that's how you must feel.
Every bully has a backstory. Granted, it may not seem like that at first. It's easy to automatically label them as evil people who were born evil and just meant to do evil things to humanity. But that's what our broken hearts want us to believe. People don't go into downward spirals for no reason. There's always a pain hiding underneath it all, whether it be a mental illness or something a little more relatable. Everything we do revolves around getting love, receiving love, or lacking love. We all want to help one another, love one another, and we want people to return the same type of affection back to us. But what happens when someone doesn't get the love that they feel like they deserve? Oftentimes, that person doesn't know how to respond to it. So instead of doing some healing work by going deep within themselves to solve their problems, they spread the pain they feel to others. The average person would think fighting fire with fire is the most logical path to go in these situations. And while it's important to stand up for yourself or tell someone you trust when required, to truly defeat a bully is to not let anything they do stop you from smiling, laughing, accomplishing your goals, and most importantly, living your life. At that point, does seeking revenge even matter? At that point, you've already won. Bullying is and will always be an unconscious way of releasing dark emotions. And honestly, there's just no place in the world for that, in my opinion. But as Butters said in this episode, there's just people like this out there, at least for now. And there's nothing we can really do about it, except be there for one another, not to get anything in return, but because of the joy that comes with witnessing our brothers and sisters continuing to prosper in life. After all, if we can overcome even our greatest bullies, it's proof that we can overcome anything.